Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As-salatu was-salamu ala Rasulillahi wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'een. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma, Rabbi zidni ilma, Rabbi zidni ilma. Inshallah, in this class where we are going to continue our Makharij Al Huroof lesson. In the last class we have already learned two types of Makharij Al Huroof, which is Al Halq and Al Shafatan. Inshallah, in this lesson we will cover the remaining three Makharij Al Huroof: Al Jawf, Al Khayshum, and Al Lisaan. So inshallah, let's start with Al Jawf. Okay, Al Jawf is the Makharij which is the empty space in the chest area. Okay, these makharij comes from the empty space from our chest area, and some of the ulama also said this is the empty space in the mouth, but the majority of the scholars, what they say is al-jawf is the empty space in the chest area, and these are the three sounds which comes from these letters: alif, waw, and ya. When we pronounce alif, waw, and ya, this is not coming from the empty space, but the makharij of this huruf has some conditions. If these conditions follow, then these huruf will be converted into makharij al jawf. Okay, so what are the conditions behind this? For alif, the condition is the alif must be sakin, and the huruf comes before alif, the alphabets come before alif, he must have fatha. Okay, it's written here, the alif must be sakin and the previous letter must have fatha. For waw, the waw must be sakin and the previous letter from waw must have dhamma. And for ya, ya must be sakin and the previous letter from ya must have kasra. If there is any other letter, if there is any other i'rab, any other haraka come before this letters in these conditions, then these huruf will not be called, the makharij will not be called al-jawf. Also al-jawf, we also call these letters mad letters. Only these three letters have mad conditions should be considered, only in these three letters. So let's go further with this. We will go for the examples, inshallah. So these are the examples. You see here, qala, qulu, qila. We see here qala. The first letter, the first letter is qaf, and it has fatha on this one, qala, and the waw is sakin. So this alif is al-jawf letter. Alif is called al-jawf. And here qulu, qulu, qaf has dhamma on it, lam has dhamma on it, and waw have sakin, so it will be al-jawf. And here qila, qaf has kasra on it and ya has sakin on it. So if we take one ayah of the Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا. Okay, وقولوا قولا سديدا. قولوا is here. We know that waw here is al-jawf, but وقولوا, after it is coming قولا سديدا. The qaf has fatha on it and the waw has sakin on it, but because there is a condition in al-jawf that for waw the previous letter must have dhamma on it, as we have written here, dhamma on it, then qawlan sadida, in qawlan the qaf and waw must not fulfill the conditions of al-jawf. Also I usually recite this before the start of any class. In all these ayah, Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. In all these ayah, the last letter is ya, and before that lam is there, ra is there, but all these letters have kasra on it, which fulfills this criteria of al-jawf. So all these ya which is coming in the end of this ayah, rabbi shrah li sadri, this ya is al-jawf. Okay, so this is what the basic concept of al-jawf. Inshallah, let's go to our next makharij. Al-khayshum. Al-khayshum is also called, it's not called, it's actually the part of the body. It is a part, this is the area of the body from where the ghunna letter comes out. Okay, and this is the nasal passage. It comes from the nasal passage, and where the ghunna, the attribute for the letter noon and mim, comes from. As we have mentioned in al-jawf, that these are not the makharij of, if we say noon and mim, it is not directly coming from our nose. But when it comes to the ghunna, then these two letters fulfills the condition of al-khayshum. For example, if we recite the ayah, Inna Allah ala kulli shay'in qadir. So when I recite Inna Allah, when I do the ghunna, when I push noon, when there is a tashdeed on noon, then al-khayshum, this letter of noon fulfills the condition of al-khayshum. Also for mim, for example, ثُمَّ لَآتِيَنَّهُمْ مِنْ بَيْنِ أَيْدِيهِمْ. So when there is a tajdeed on noon, and when I am pushing the noon, ثُمَّ, the letter of mim fulfills the condition of al-khayshum. Of course, this ghunna is a very, very wide and very broad topic. Inshallah, we are going to cover this, but only for this Makharij Al Huroof, you have to know that al-khayshum, thus related to these two letters, noon and mim, when it comes to the ghunna on this, when we do the makharij with tashdeed on it. Inna, thumma, these are the two examples, the basic example of this. Okay, our last and the final category of Makharij Al Huroof is al-Lisaan. Okay, so I think we have covered 6 letters in al-Halq, and 3 letters in al-Jawf, and 2 letters in al-Khayshum, and 4 letters in al-Shafatan. But al-Lisaan includes all the letters in which our tongue has some kind of movement. We take the help of our tongue to do the makharij of this huruf. So al-Lisaan, actually in Arabic, al-Lisaan means tongue. Okay, so in tongue we have 4 areas, 10 exits and 18 letters in total. So 18 letters are total, which has the 10 exits. Okay, and the 4 areas. So the areas of the tongue, the first one is the back of the tongue, which is qaf, kaf, qaf, kaf. From the middle of the tongue, it's jim, sheen, ya. Okay, and there is the edges and sides of the tongue is bod, lam, bod, lam. When I pronounce here bod, I am touching my tongue on the back side of the upper teeth. Even if you want to touch on the left side or the right side of your teeth, it's okay as well. As per the Qurra, it is okay. Bod. Even if you want to touch here and there on the upper side of your teeth, there is no issue. Bod, bod, bod. There is no issue. From the tip of the tongue is noon, ra, ta, dal, ta, sin, sad, za, tha, dhal, wa. So these are the huruf of al-Lisaan, and if you have any kind of if you face any problem in pronouncing any of the letters, you can easily ask question in your comment, and you can also contact me. You can also post your question in the group. There is no problem. Even if you feel shy to post the post your question in the group, no problem. You can contact me personally. There's a number available there. You can contact me personally. But I don't think you should feel shy if there's anything, because this is a learning and we should not shy when it comes to learning, especially the learning of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the Quran. Okay. Last but not least, I'm going to tell you one method from which you can easily find out how the letters, from which area of the letter is coming from our mouth. Okay, if for example, if someone asks you, okay, tell me from where the ba is coming, or from where the lam is coming, as you have learned the categories. Now if you just want to revise it someday, then how can you revise it? This is a very basic test which I am going to tell you. It's a method. Okay, you have to do only one thing. You have to take alif. Okay, put fatha on alif, and after alif fatha, take any letters and put sakin on that letter. Okay, for example, in this ab, there is a sakin on it, so we know this ab is coming from a shafatan. Now let's take another word, al, and we put sakin on it. So when we say al, we know the lam is coming from al Lisaan. There is a movement of our tongue when it comes to pronounce the letter lam. Okay, let me go through one or two more. Okay, noon. So when we say noon, we know this is also we are also taking the help from our tongue to pronounce this letter, and also the noon is the part of al khayshum when it comes to the gunna. If we only pronounce it like an, then al khayshum, for all this noon sakin is also fulfills the condition of al khayshum. And if we only pronounce noon, then we take the help of our tongue when it comes to pronunciation of this. Okay, the next letter is, let's take sheen, ash. Now we know sheen is also the letter which comes in the category of al Lisaan. Okay, let's take any huruf from al halq. Now we see this ha is the huruf al halq in the category of al halq, and it is coming from the top side of your halq, top side of your throat. It is coming ha. Okay, so this is one of the way you can revise your makharij. You just have to take alif, put kasra on it, and after that put any letter and put sakin on that letter, and then pronounce it and practice it, inshallah. So that's all for this class. Alhamdulillah, we have completed our Makharij Al Huroof chapter, and inshallah in the next lesson we are going through some different topics. Okay, if you have any questions, you can ask. JazakAllah Khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.